Hey there, Psychonauts. So today I wanted to talk about ego dissolution on DMT. Ego dissolution on DMT can be quite different in flavor to ego dissolution on something like mushrooms or LSD. And part of what makes the DMT experience so unique is that in many cases, DMT leaves you intact in ways that other psychedelics don't. And what I mean by this is you're still you in a DMT trip. And I experienced this, other people have experienced this. I know Terrence McKenna has talked about it before. Now, this isn't always the case, and I'm gonna talk about some of the exceptions to this, but for the most part, during my DMT experiences, I'm still me. I feel like I'm still the I that I know myself as, and I'm just exploring a new landscape. I'm exploring a new world, and that's typically what it feels like. So DMT is known for having little effect on the sense of self in general, but I think the ego dissolution on DMT can be experienced in other ways. There's sometimes during DMT trips, you kind of like lose track of yourself. You lose track of your body or like where your sense of location is. So that can be a form of ego dissolution. Also, I still experience feelings of unity and interconnectedness and just in general like a less ego-focused state of consciousness, but I don't experience that prominent ego dissolution that I would on like LSD. But here's the thing. So this past weekend, I actually had a DMT trip that completely knocked me away, and I had a full-blown, I don't know, ego death on DMT. I forgot who I was. And I'm going to expand on that in a minute, but okay, so here's the trip report. I have to tell you guys this trip report. I just have to, okay? This was my second trip of the day, and maybe I'll talk about the first trip in another video because I wanted to do a video also on the geometry of DMT hyperspace. And in that first trip, I remember most of the trip was just observing that beautiful, intricate DMT geometry, and that was kind of my intention for this trip as well, but something completely different happened, and I got a lot of DMT in, and this happened in like the very early part of the trip, and honestly, the trip I kind of ended up pulling myself out of the trip prematurely, because it was such a shock to me. So I got all this DMT in me, and I was laying on my bed, and I don't know, I got into the trip, and like I'm immediately like pulled from myself, like, and I realize I forget who I am. Like I don't know, I kind of described it as like I just lost track of myself. Like I completely lost track. I kind of forgot who I was. It felt like I forgot what I was doing, like I was in the middle of something, and I forgot it. And here's the weird thing that I did once I realized like how much myself was slipping away from me. I was kind of like laying on my bed, like arms up, like back like this. And I remember I went over and I sniffed my armpit. And I know that sounds like the weirdest thing ever. But the smell of myself brought me back, and I remembered who I was, and I felt a sense of relief in that. Yeah, I don't know. My heart is beating fast right now. I don't know. It's, wow. It was crazy. It was crazy. No, but I sniffed my armpit, and that kind of like brought me back to myself. And so I did it again, and then I really felt more back to myself, but the trip was still going. I remember looking at my room, and it was so expanded. Like everything felt like it was at a further distance than usual. I don't know. I honestly couldn't get over that first part of the trip, that for the rest of the trip, I took myself out of it. I didn't like go into my mind and like observe that DMT geometry like I like to do. Yeah, I kind of just tried to shake the trip off, and I don't know. Maybe, it was interesting though. It was very interesting. It's interesting. Smell is interesting, and how powerful of a scent or like how powerful of a sense it is, and like how much it's connected to memory. Like I forgot, like I was forgetting who I even was. Like I forgot like who I was as this person, as this body. And it was so brief. Like DMT obviously doesn't last that long, so it was kind of only for like this split second. Like myself slipped away and then I kind of realized it and like brought myself back. The scent of my own body made me remember who I was. And no, it didn't smell bad or anything. This is weird. This is weird. This has been a very weird trip report, but I had to tell you. I don't really have anything else for you guys. I want to make, maybe I should put some disclaimers in here. I'm pretty agnostic about what psychedelic experiences, or more specifically, like what DMT experiences can tell us about the nature of reality, if anything. I'm agnostic about the existence of the DMT entities. I'm agnostic about, you know, what the experience is, what DMT hyperspace is, and I'm looking to explore these answers. I don't think I'll find the answers, but it's just, there's something about being on the quest to understand, being on the quest for experience, for knowledge, and, you know, I'm just trying to gain my own understanding. So yeah, because like I get a lot of comments. People seem worried about me, and I just don't want you to worry about me, because it's fine, okay? It's fine. I'll be okay. So I think that's gonna be all for this video. I'm hoping to make more videos on DMT soon, because I want to do more like discussion and analysis type videos. Like let me know if you're interested in that type of thing, like DMT deep dives, like the geometry of DMT, like what is DMT hyperspace? I'm so interested in like what the nature of the space is. I wanted to do a video called like the physics of DMT hyperspace, but I think I still need to do more field research to actually put together, you know, to start to put together a sort of physics of DMT hyperspace. But I'm gonna try, I really am. So wish me luck, and you all will see me in the next video.